Hi, this is Jesse Morrison again, and I'm going to answer some questions regarding the speech that I just gave. And here is my audience again. I'll be asking some questions. So,
So Jesse,
okay,
if everyone is experiencing stress, then what are the normal signs of too much stress we should all be looking out for?
it's actually a very good question because, I mean, really stress it is actually. I mean, the stress is a problem, but the idea of like looking for it again, like for those levels again, it's kind of like the new student right into school rather than the doctorate student. The levels right there are kind of immeasurable. You can't really see them. They're very personified. So it's a matter of how they personally see their problems and their stresses. So actually, to identify in a very general manner what the levels of high stress are for different each person in the general sense for all public is kind of quite impossible because you can talk to any one of us and every one of us is kind of our own personally written novel. We all have our own experiences and our own ways of handling things, our own manner of actually approaching the problem, and then the level in which it actually afflicts us. So it is kind of interesting. You talk to any person out there, and the most calm mannered person, you might talk to them and you find out that they actually have stress that supersedes your own to phenomenal levels. And therein, we have the curiosity of like, why are you so calm and mild mannered? It's interesting. So I think it's again, once again, it's all about your perspective on how you understand your own life, what the things are going on, what the stressor is itself, or stressors plural, and then the personal idea of voluntarily confronting that problem and actually understanding it and approaching it and conquering it, which then, as was mentioned before too, then gives yourself the sense of accomplishment and superseding the obstacle. So the levels of stress actually are a little bit more personalized, but it's a personal thing. Yeah.
So my question
Mm-hmm.
is, how would problem solving be used to manage stress?
Well, that's the interesting side of it. This is a very good question.
Thank you.
Problem solving again is more of like a personal, uh, personalized issue. Problem solving is the idea of confronting it and understanding exactly what's going on in your life and finding what that stressor is again. And uh, your own personalized issues, then you can then confront and then find that you can conquer them. Um, it actually is the problem solving is an idea that we should be approaching so many other problems in our own lives to acknowledge the problem rather than run from it, just like the stress. You should not be running from it. You should find it, understand it, and confront it. So the problem solving is actually the idea of finding out all the answers that similar to the question that Jason just asked is understanding what's going on in your life and again not running from it but confronting it. So the problem solving then builds you the solutions to the problem that you may be looking for. It could give you the solutions to the stress itself. It motivates you to then find that problem. I'm a little bit of like a mathematical kind of mind. There is a problem and a solution for most everything in my idea, but it's a matter of like first it's much better in the general sense than actually running from the problem. You analyze the problem itself and you find the solution. So then once again it's kind of like building up the self-confidence which is essential for psychological health, and then therefore actually is kind of helping you then with your stressor as well by analyzing it just like a problem would be analyzed as well. So
Thank you.
of course, of course.
So we'll say you're not quite there yet and you are struggling with stress. Is
Hmm.
there a biological linkage that's known between stress and illness?
That's a really good question. It
Mm.
really is.
Mm.
There really is. It was kind of like we were talking about a little earlier is about the immune system. Um, the biological connection is actually something that it shouldn't. I mean, it does exist, obviously, but the problems that we have the most definitely, like I said in the beginning of the speech, is the 80% of Americans actually have the physical deficiencies and problems related to their
Mm.
stress. But that is mainly because they are going through this stress problem, and then their body wants to go into that rest and digest portion of their biological process, and they don't ever actually allow that. Like we talk about is the you have exhaustion, so you drink more coffee, or you're so stressed, you're stressed beyond your mind that you actually then you're no longer hungry, even though it's kind of like running out of gas in your car. You have to put more fuel on that thing if you want it to continue to run proper. So your body then goes through this incredible process of reacting to stress, which is great, but then it's a very small section of action that then requires a long distance of recovery. And we all seem to defer away from that. So to answer the question, there is actually that biological connection to illness, because if you do not allow your body to physically heal, then the stressors that are then psychologically affecting you then do affect the hormones and everything, or the adrenaline and everything that's running through your body, which is essentially then exhausting everything tremendously all at once. Your heart races, everything goes faster, your blood is pumping faster, all the different tissues and stuff affected by this. It biologically needs a chance to heal. It truly does, because it just put everything forth to basically help you survive. So it's a psychological issue that we all seem to stress, but biologically you have phenomenal problems. And if you don't ever allow your body to actually heal, a little bit of rest and digest, as it were, if you don't eat proper, if you don't actually then rest and get some get rid of the exhaustion, then yeah, your immune system fails tremendously. And obviously that's not enough to then truly just, it doesn't terminate you, but it puts you on such an incredibly low plateau that biologically you have no ability to actually defend yourself against all kind of different problems in this world. So it is a tremendous problem, and there is a big biological linkage between stress and physical illness. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Absolutely, very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.